Dad. Here we are, Twin Cities Auto Show here downtown at the Convention Center, Minneapolis. Well, you excited to go in?
I am so excited that this beautiful day is here at the end of winter and we can go into a show that automatically starts out with spring. So you got to come down here and see the wonderful innovations that these people have made and learn many things. I tell you, this is amazing. I mean, of the age I'm at, if you want a reason to bring your children here, just say, all those games you're playing on that little box, you're going to be doing here in the real thing. You can actually sit in them. We've got the wonderful Batman.
Yeah, they got the Cars Against Crime here, and they got the Batman cars. They got Starsky and Hutch, a lot of cars that a lot of kids don't have any clue what they are. And we have all kinds of cars throughout there. I just looked at this VW Bug, a brand new bus. Remember the old bus back in the 60s?
Absolutely.
They have a brand new version of it. It is so cool. In the back it has a stove and all kinds of things you can play. You can live in that thing for days and for years. Also, they have electric vehicles, that's kind of crazy, right? Electric cars. We know all about that stuff and we have our opinions about that, but so many cool cars, the Corvettes, Maseratis, all that stuff. We talked with Scott, who runs this whole thing. Amazing job they put together every year for the 51st year this is, and what a show they put together, isn't it?
Absolutely. A reason to get out and, like I said, bring the family. You can enjoy it. This is something they will talk about for years and years.
Yeah. It's such a family thing. You don't have to buy anything. You come on in, look at the cars. You could buy a car if you got $350,000 for that Maserati we looked at. Back here, Batman cars, Starsky and Hutch. What's your favorite back here so far that you've seen?
Well, actually, a little known fact, folks. My son Tony was actually Batman probably 30 years ago. Well, I thought it was good.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, I'm asking you a question. What do you think? Which car do you like the best?
I want the shiny one, folks. I want that shiny one. I figured you'd like the dull one.
The shiny Batman. Yeah. I love the old one. I love the new one too, but they're both really good. It's fun out here, isn't it? This brings back the past, old Starsky and Hutch. I love that show. That was one of my favorites. When you look at these cars, what's your favorite car from the 50s and 60s?
From the 57 Chevy and the 58 Ford. Those are my two favorite.
If you could buy any out here today, what would you buy? Which one car would you buy?
I'd buy the brand new Corvette because you have to buy something in between. What'd you do with $350,000 car?
Parking that thing and worrying about it every day. Yeah. You know, and my bed isn't big enough to sleep with it. Maybe I could just sleep with it inside. But
in it.
But they had so many trucks, and the trucks are almost $100,000 nowadays. I can't believe the prices of cars. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, you got to buy what you got to buy. There was a shortage of parts for a long time, but the prices are amazing. It's fun once you get it, but it's still an engine. It's going to wear out.
Come out and understand why they have to price so much.
Yeah.
And there's a reason behind this. And all these dealers now, Scott was saying there's about 175 dealers. Okay, well, they can explain to you all these different nuances about buying cars, about owning them and everything else, but it's an education that is well worth the free walk around.
And there's nothing like buying a new car, is it? I mean, it's shiny right off the floor or whatever. Could you imagine buying one? Have you ever bought a car out of here?
Not out of here, but I did leave and go to a dealership, an auto dealership to see the car. But here you're able to put them side by side in a nice area, and you can get to them. And like I say, there's so much space in between. You don't feel like you're being crammed into the place.
And the convention center is such a great place. They have food, all kinds of stuff, snacks. Cars to look at, old cars. We'll take a look at some old cars in the other rooms. You could spend all day out here and a lot of money too out here, but it's fun. It's indoors. The weather's decent outside, but it's still nice to be inside in end of March.
And they have a whole section on vehicles from law enforcement, which all kind of any age would be interested in seeing. Something that is pertinent to today's lifestyles, and but it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I like seeing the styles.
Yeah, styles on it. What's a different style that you notice? Because a lot of cars, you know, they start to have the same style, but what stands out to you besides like the Corvette, that kind of thing? What stands out?
Well, I don't know that anybody can match the '59 Cadillac or the big fins back from
I don't know whether,
Newports. And I don't know anyone, son, because now you can see a Kia and a Lexus driving down the street, and you get older like me, you know, four wheels, you got the whole thing. After that, we don't have the '57 Chevys. And
there were a lot of metal back then and stuff, and so there's a lot of plastic and fiberglass nowadays, but there's still beautiful cars out here. It's a great event out here. You got to come out. The Batman car, if you could drive out right now in one of these old cars, which one would you drive out of for the movie set cars?
On the movie set, I'd take the shiny black Batman.
Oh, the old Batman one? That was that 68 or something like that? I don't know what. They took Ford or something.
It looked like a Thoracisus. Say, by the way, bring your kids because they can find they'll see things and maybe it'll send them on a career path of designing, owning, driving, whatever. And it's a beautiful day though.
And they'll let you sit inside and try all the knobs and stuff, but
that's right.
They keep them polished. I saw a guy polishing them up and it's just a beautiful thing. So I hope you guys like it. Come on out and we're gonna talk more about the podcast. We'll send it back to you, father and son, back in the studio, huh? How you like that?
Hey,
we're back in the studio.
Oh, we're back in the studio already.
TV Magic.
I love this.
TV Magic Dad, and
I mean, we've tried this transport a few times, but it only worked a few times. I did get a monkey for him one time when we were transporting back and forth. I tried to keep the monkey, but his wife said no.
A little PSA, make sure you watch gorilla videos. He's been watching a lot. It's freaky how they touch each other. They're just like humans, right?
Yeah, I don't know why they do that, you know. You don't like that.
All right, back to you, father and son.
Hey, we'll see you in the studio. Wow, is that great?
Wasn't that cool? Hey, here we are.
You know what's
headphones on? I can't hear anything.
Especially great for you and I. I mean, we've been going to these auto shows for, well, they said they've been around for 50 years, and we've been going to them for a long time. And every time we go, it ceases to amaze me.
What?
The way cars are changing so much that you should obviously go to these shows to see how much they have changed.
What is the biggest change, do you think, over the years? Technology is great, but what do you think, like, throughout the years? I think, like, air conditioning was a big one. Having that in the car. Seat belts were huge, right? Because when you growing up, did you have seat belts?
No, we did not have seat belts. So that changed. Everybody seems to have a problem every time we make things safer or better for them. But the biggest change for me is AI, how it's influenced the way the vehicles are built. The intelligence that goes into them is just faster than the speed of light and very unrecognizable to a person of my age, because I mean, I remember back with the stick shifts and
did you have like a 3 on a tree, or what did you have?
Had the 3 on the tree is good, and the floor ones were always leaning over. You're all right if you had a girlfriend, but if you didn't have a girlfriend, you always look stupid. You're leaning over like that.
You always look stupid, huh?
Well, that's true. Till I met your mother.
Man, I love Minneapolis. Isn't Minneapolis cool?
The shows, the people behind the scenes, and all the work they do is so evident as you walked around and talked to people that were doing the show and cleaning up for it.
Yeah, it was just really fun. I love the crime cars or whatever. The cars,
law enforcement, they all
lean the Batmobile and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. History of law enforcement, I guess. The two Batmobiles, I thought. The shiny one and the dull one.
It's the first time State Patrol didn't give me a ticket when I was...
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, did you notice I took my picture between them because I'm making a little Polaroid of that, so when I get stopped, I can pull over and say, yeah, me and the guys there, we were.
Yeah, good idea. That's a good idea, actually. I wonder, hang it from your rearview mirror.
Yeah. No, it looks like you're
poster against your window. Yeah.
No,
or behind you in the back window. That's what you got to do.
Big poster of these guys. Drive look like no.
So you guys drive a Subaru, right?
We drive a Outback 21 Outback.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Best car that. Of course, this is our third Subaru.
A long time ago, you had a 442 when you were younger, but you didn't have a floorboard, right?
The 442 was actually a 60. No, that way you got a couple cars mixed up, which is hard because I did go through a few cars when we were younger. But
when we were growing up, every week was a different car. He'd come home in a different car, it seems. Yeah. Besides the cop car, he'd come up with something. Oh, by the way, look at the hat I picked up on the way back from the auto show.
What's Minuflect?
Wow. What?
What a menu?
It's
Okay.
the Minnesota United. It's the soccer team for Minnesota.
That's what I've been
Soccer.
missing.
Football, as we call it.
Soccer,
Football.
yeah.
Do you call it
Big thing.
football?
Big thing. Actually, I don't call it anything. I call out for lunch, but I don't call that anything.
Every day.
I
But
know
yeah, we
I
did a
do,
lot of
every
walking
day.
around and we talked to people, saw a lot of cars. That Maserati was nice, but you know what? Those small cars are great, but you can't get in. You know, once you get into them, you can't get out. I can't get into them as it is.
W-
But
What's interesting is I would have. It's like being at a runway where you show all these good-looking guys and girls in the little towny outfits. It's fun to look at, but how many are practical?
the worst would be the insurance because
Oh,
worrying about where you park and every little bump. Those cars have about 2 inches clearance from the
yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
And
Oh, but the auto show is also letting you experience things while you're at the show.
I wish you would have came with me too. I looked at the VW bus. Now, I didn't like the old ones. Never did when I was a kid. I'm not much a VW fan,
Mhm.
but nowadays this new bus that came out with is just amazing. Had a cooking area and stuff that slid out from the inside, and
Mhm.
you could go camping. You could live in that thing for weeks.
Well, what was interesting on the outside, it says homeless approved.
Really.
So you could figure 10 or 12 veterans could live in there easily, right?
Um, actually, what I was insinuating is maybe you could move into that. And
You know, as God says, all things are possible. See, another angel made his wings.
as you can tell, I found some new effect buttons that I put into the old Tascam Mixcast 4 that I use here for our podcast. But this is kind of fun having the podcast, going out to see the shows. We're going to do other things too, maybe Vegas down the road. We can do all kinds of fun things on the road if you can last, you know, without taking your naps all the time.
Well, no, that has to be built in. That nap is important for a
Is that
gentleman.
part of your rider, your contract?
No, it's the only way I'm getting peace of mind. I just go somewhere and say I'm taking a nap and maybe I'm shooting pool or drinking with my buddies and if I had any. But you know, this is what's great about
I'm
this
your
age.
buddy.
That's true. That's true. You are my buddy. Actually, that's part of the whole point of the show is to get at this age, and your buddy is actually one of your sons or both your sons. In this
Yeah, both
case,
of them.
both of the sons are my buddies. It grew up.
You want
I
to see
grew
the
up,
moon?
no, I always grew up thinking that okay, I don't spank you guys or anything growing up. Someday
No,
you'll be
not. Kick your
bigger.
ass.
I know you would now. But
Well,
I say, but finally, when you get to be my age, you look down and say, well, thank God I didn't spank them because I'm at a vulnerable age.
paybacks are a you know what.
That's right. But people have to laugh a little more, not take things too seriously. You can get through it all. There's always a new day.
Speaking of that, I forgot to say that we had a viewer email in, and people can email if they want questions on relationships, whatever, family dynamics, that kind of thing. But Larry, he emailed me and asked, he hasn't talked to his son for about 2 years. And so Larry's about 46, I think he said what he was. I don't have the email in front of me, but his son has a girlfriend and Larry doesn't like the girlfriend. And so because he doesn't like her, they've been arguing and then they just quit talking to each other. The son's kind of, you know, a lot of pride, all that. What would you suggest for them?
Third party. Call us in. You want to meet? You can.
No, not us. We're not.
Oh,
we're not
involved.
licensed.
Okay.
No, we're
Well,
not.
here's
licensed.
okay. What I suggest
The
is
advice.
oh, the advice is still third party. You got to get somebody that you both respect and uses and bounce your ideas from your point of view to them. Let them value the other person's point of view and then kind of give you the honest impression of it. And that's always the best way to go. Otherwise, you're not really looking for a solution if you don't look in that direction.
And you know, like we say all the time, our motto is we agree to disagree. You have to do that. And if you truly love each other, you'll talk and you have to suck back your pride, both of you, you know, the older one and the younger one, because if you don't, you end up going for years. And the biggest crime, I think, in life, one of the biggest ones, is wasting time. You know, all those 2-3 years that a lot of good could happen, get over it. You know, if we communicate, what doesn't he like about the you know, what
Well,
the
what's in-
girlfriend and stuff like that? That's interesting, but I mean, why don't they just get over it, get over themselves and talk about it? It's harder said than done, but just the wasting time is so bad. I would say to them that just, you know, go out for dinner, go to Applebee's or go to something that wherever you want to go and just, and talk. And I don't know why you would waste that time though, just over a relationship like that and not try to include and be part of your kid's life unless you don't like them. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of families out there where you don't like each other. Do you think that is?
No, they're usually when you get to that conclusion, when people really stand back, they're not happy with who they are. Most times people like to blame other people for their where they are in life. And unless you get over that, you're forever going to be in a circle of dumpster, 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 because you can't get out of it if you believe in the same thing over and over. Just remember that it, it's looked at from different eyes. And the older you get, the more you see that. I'm looking down the line of 4 generations and I'm thinking, listen to me, folks, but you realize we warehouse the greatest intelligence of life when we put people in retirement homes and things. There are ways to mitigate that. But anyway, that's another.
L2L, that's what I say. Learn to laugh.
That's right. Oh my God! If Tony and I have been laughing all these years, and believe me, we have had a lot of ups and downs. And as it'll come out when our book comes out,
yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know about that. Are you writing one? Are you?
No, I'm just leaving you out of
in
it.
your brain. That's the will, not a book.
Oh, that's true.
There's 3 sentences in your will.
Yeah.
Tony gets nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, it's hard to get, and Adam gets half of that. Oh, sorry.
Let me ask you this. What is the most maddest you have been at me throughout my whole life?
Maddest
When was what was the worst thing I did? And don't make me cry here.
No, there's nothing. The worst thing that I think that parents get is that me. I'm saying, okay, me is that you don't listen, but then we get into another show called hypocrisy. And every time you start getting into that, I could say 100 things that I didn't like, or you can say 100 things about me. So at the end of the day, we've gotten nowhere.
Right. Okay. I like your philosophies, but I'm asking you one question. Stay on task here. Do you have anything? Yes or no? Or do you have an example of when I made you mad? Maybe right now, because I can make you mad if I want.
I'm waiting for him to stick his tongue out at me. Okay.
I don't do that.
No, what I'm saying is I have been categorizing them. I have the top 50. When I get down to the
50, I just want one.
Well, in the top 50, there are also many that are so high up there that really piss me off over the time.
Okay, like what?
Well, I can't think of any.
Well, they must not be that bad.
I know. Moving away. We always
when you moved away?
No, well, that's true. I did. See, there you go. Now we get back to hypocrisy. You can just say, hey, wait a minute, Dad, are you and Mom the ones that moved away 65 times? Were you trying to lose me?
That's a whole nother show too. Moving 65 times. There's something deeper in that psychology there. What do you think it was?
PTSD.
Okay, you can blame that.
Well, I gotta blame something. What other sane human being would follow?
I mean, but what was it, like flipping, or was it, you just got bored, or are you running from something, or you just like different houses, or are you trying to escape from your kids, or what was it?
It's PTSD. It's never what it is, especially for me. It's interesting is to why your mother would follow me for 65 times. It's not like I'm rich or anything or came so much out of it.
You are rich though.
But I am family wise. But what I did get out of it.
Can I borrow $10?
No. Okay. What I did get out of it was the joy. Oh, here's the point I want to talk about is experience a high in life.
No, stop. Would you stay on task? I just asked you if there was any time, and then you're off into Never Land here.
Well, that sends me on a whole new path.
Yeah, well, don't. I just asked. Okay.
Well,
okay, I got it. Here's your guitar pick. You like to play the guitar. This is his pick. He likes the pink for
No, I said that's your prick. But don't say it on air.
What color is this?
When they say it.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. You can't answer one question, can you?
Look,
with a straight answer. What color is this pick?
Anytime you hold something pink in my face.
See, pink. Finally got an answer.
Yeah.
That's the first time I think you've answered.
What size does this look like to you?
Your brain? Your brain on drugs.
I said that you're prick. pick. No, anyway, you can't say that on air, son. So what we'll do is
Luckily, it's just a podcast, so we can say whatever we want.
Oh, is that right?
Well,
Well,
we'll
pretty
keep it
Christian.
clean.
Yeah, we're Christians, and we like. No, oh, here's the one I had the best for this day was. I grew up with the idea now from
We're
the
talking
80s.
cars now. I hope it's related to cars.
Yeah, of damn it, you just threw me off. See,
Okay.
it's like
That's not hard.
it's like hitting this high-speed car in a race, and you just barely touch the bumper and he goes off the ends. I forgot what I was talking about.
Well, you got a big bumper, so you keep going off to different ends.
I've been working on that too. Been drinking less, worrying more.
Yeah, drinking less what?
Well,
Less beer, more what's that other stuff you put in your coffee?
Bailey's.
Bailey's.
Love the Bailey's. Hey, I'll tell you what, a couple glass of Bailey's, a cup of coffee with Bailey's,
And a couple Cheech and Chongs, and you're good to go.
Cheech and Chongs, and boy, I'm off to the races. I can have the most fun days watching the feed on the computer, arguing with them, knowing they can't argue back at me. It's a very good way to start the day.
We're going to kind of get to wrapping this up in a moment here. We're not going to do any of our little games and stuff that we have and designed for our shows in the future. But no, that's my daughter calling. Should we put her on the air?
Oh, sure. What the heck?
Good morning. You're on the air.
Oh, am I really?
Well,
you are. You called. You always call.
yeah.
Did you talk to your mom? I just talked to mom, and I said I was going on the air.
Yeah. So what's your question?
How are you this morning?
What's your question, ma'am?
Oh, no questions.
Yeah, so one question is: we're talking cars. What's your favorite kind of car? You got an awesome car.
Oh yeah, Jeep.
Yeah, you have
Jeep
a
Wrangler.
Jeep Wrangler. What do you like best about it? It's beautiful. It's red. It's big wheels, big monster tires. What do you get when you drive it?
I like the Jeep Wave.
Oh, the Jeep Wave. Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
knows. Was it two fingers
Well,
or
you
what
get
is that?
back to your podcast. I gotta go.
Okay, bye. Are you coming over?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Well, that was
See,
some
that's
crazy people in the morning.
Good timing. Who the heck was that?
Yeah, my God.
That's my beautiful daughter, Holly. I have
Yes.
3 beautiful daughters, Kendra, Holly, and Silver. And they're all unbelievable kids. You have great grandkids, but they're my grandchildren. 5 of them. Unbelievable. They're really nice. I'm old.
Yeah, you
Wait,
want.
if I'm old.
Yeah, and I'm older. Okay, that's the
Okay.
way. That's the way to impress.
But it's
on
good
you.
though. I gotta say thanks for everything. I give you a hard time a lot, but it's because I love you and I'm trying to guide you down the right path. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was my speech. See,
Yeah,
you're
that
reading.
was
You're reading from my notes.
It's funny how things turn
yeah.
as you get older.
I'm waiting to. Here's your pad, mom and dad.
Do I have to feed you or I don't want to change diapers? I never did when my kids were young, and I don't want to when my parents are older.
yeah.
So
none
let's
of
figure that out right now while you're sane, or at
Ooh.
least.
It's tough, and that's the thing, folks. Now look at. I'm going to be 80 next year. A lot of people don't. A lot of my partners are already gone, and
When you say partners or police partners, you got to be careful what you say.
oh, good things. That's
sound-
right. A lot of the partners I work with. on the
Mom will be
police-
really mad if you say you
Yeah,
have
that's
multiple
right, right.
partners.
Well, that's her line. A lot of my partners are gone. Actually, that's one of the things older folks deal with and younger folks do not want to deal with. That's why we have a sparse amount of people who visit nursing homes, and
Well, mortality scares the crap out of people.
it scares the crap out of everybody. See, but when your daughter's age, like 18,
You don't think you're ever going to die?
you
She's 19.
She's 19. Anyway, she's looking at me as a dinosaur. And I don't blame her because when I was 18, I did the same thing. Oh, I'll never get to be that age. I'm gonna have all this amount of fun and then just flop over.
What scares you most as being almost 80? Because your brain, I mean, you look great, your brain is great, but the numbers are scary.
The numbers are scary.
Yeah.
It's like with Biden. The numbers are scary. He looks good.
Let's
stuff,
not get
but-
there. But what is it?
Okay.
Say again, you don't answer.
Okay.
You'd be horrible in a lineup.
Well, I've been in lineups and I was horrible.
Okay,
so
see what I
can't
mean?
argue.
Okay.
Now, what were we talking about?
Okay, first, what scares you the most about getting older? Is it death or is it not having your facilities about you?
You just hit it. For a guy who's 80, I'm looking at, I don't want to be a burden to anybody else. I just want to live in luxury with 3 virgin. No, that's the other one. No, actually,
After you die.
yeah, no, it does. It's scary about like living on a lung or breathing and stuff like that. I love the fact when they put them on the air and show you what life can be like if you live like that. You want to live a happy life.
Okay, so again, we don't get answers, but that's okay. We're going to end the podcast here, but I do want to leave people something. Did you know, Dad, that I have enough money to last me the rest of my life?
You're kidding.
No, as long as I die Friday.
Anyway,
That's his joke, but I had to say it because
it's a good one.
it'll take 20 minutes. That's a whole podcast for one joke for his version. But we had a great time at the auto show, Twin Cities Auto Show. Still going on. Whenever you watch this podcast, it may not be still going, but you got to check it out. 51 years. They're coming back strong next year too. So don't miss those. It's kind of cool to look into the future and to look into the past.
Absolutely. That's fascinating. And this time of the year, you're thinking about spring and everything. Great time of the year.
You didn't leave the auto show with one, but maybe you'll get one down the road here, huh?
Hey, Santa Claus comes all years round.
Does he?
No, but that was the final thing. You don't ask the question.
All right. Take care.
Jesus.
Agree to disagree, like we said.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching. Hopefully you made it this far.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next time. We're going to talk. Our next episode is about Vietnam War and things to that. A little serious, but we'll talk and
Oh, there was some funny times in the war too.
okay, well, maybe we'll hear about that. Thanks again for watching, and be good to each other.
We love
God
you.
bless.
Adios. Oh, we're not done?